The Sign of the Times, episode 152, from this undisclosed white pillar. That's an undisclosed white pillar of which QT will probably be fascinated by in its whiteness and pillarness. So, for the people that love the snaps, pamphlet of the Sign of the Times, because apparently we need a pamphlet for this show. Personalized, autographed picture of Seymour Snot. If you're not familiar with Seymour Snot, Google it. Google it. He used to team with George C. Snot. The Snot brothers they were. So, if you're unfamiliar, get familiar. There might be a quiz later. The Twitter where you can follow me, much like Congo Kong now does. I am followed by Congo Kong. So, my Twitter status just went here. It was like here, and then it went here. Here. Here, no Congo Kong. Here, Congo Kong. Facebook, the YouTube, which you might be watching right now. Right about now, you're probably watching it. Comic book of Team IOU. A boy and his dog. A dog and his boy. Carrie Awful and Nick Iggy. Casey Carlisle in a hot nurse's outfit, which she may or may not use for Halloween this year. Available at CaseyCarlisle.com. That's CaseyCarlisle.com for all your gift-giving occasions. There she is next to a barn. So if you have like a great aunt that loves barns and Casey Carlisle, look what you could do. You could buy that. You could buy that for your great aunt, and she would probably put you in the will. There she is with a large title belt. There she is studying at Hot Nurses College. There she is in smaller form. There she is with a pillow, which QT is fond of. So let's say it's QT's anniversary of being engaged to the General of the Northern Army's Brummage. You send him 4 of those. 4 of those. There's angry Casey, angry that QT may not have proposed to her first. Or angry that, he considered it at one time. I don't know. There Casey is with Team Baddie. Cameron Starr, whom also has a bad hip. Troy Miller and Miss Liz. Look at that. Look at that. And business card of Casey Carlisle. Hashtag best in the world. So, this week, interesting week. Sunday, on Turnbuckle, all referees, we have some professional wrestling referees talking about that aspect of the business. Should be a fascinating time. We've done this before. It's always fascinating. Will Purdue and also John Daniels of BCW scheduled to appear, as are a couple of possibilities of other well-known referees on Monday. Pretty much looking free. Tuesday, the George Mack Show. George bringing like 85 people on to listen to him and Stevie argue. They'll be like, hey, we're guests, shut up, we're talking about Stevie's computer. And then they'll just go on and on and on and on and on and on. And they'll be like, oh, here's a question, but first let me argue with this broad in a wheelchair. And Steve will be like, shut up, 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 stop talking on this talk show. Because that's what they do. So, Britt, you wonder, you might or might not hear her say a word or two. Beast Barnett calling in to give some reports because he's been dragged into this. Does help that poor man. I think there's like 30 other people that were supposed to get invitations to this. We'll find out. We'll find out Tuesday on the George Mack Show, where apparently random broads be calling in like it's something to do. On Wednesday, pretty much looking free, because let's face it, Ruckus is never ever going to interview that cat. Never. Never. On Thursday, it's also pretty much looking free. Friday of next week, Remy Wilkins. If you're unfamiliar with him, shame on you. YouTube Remy Wilkins. He's been at Strong Style Wrestling. He's been at Heroes and Legends Wrestling. He's been at Resistance Pro Wrestling. He's wrestled all over the Midwest. Michigan down to Illinois to Indiana to Ohio. Huge talent, huge talent. He he should be tremendous guest. So if we're reviewing from this white pillar, where QT will talk about its pillarness, and there's a spider going up a web right there, if you can see it, right up there. So Beast Barnett gets his woodland creature, which is weird because we're not anywhere near the woods in this place. It's all cement. Look at this, all cement. It's like you could park a truck here and not have to worry about leaves falling and gumming up your windshield wiper blades. But Sunday, all referee show on Turnbuckle. Monday, great. Tuesday, the George Mack show, where we will hear Stevie and George argue and argue and argue and argue and argue and argue. He was also bringing in that attorney of his for some reason. I will ask the attorney in between arguments if he was trained at law school by Clarence Mason. That's Clarence Mason. Wednesday, looking free. Thursday, also looking fresh. Friday,